I was scared of starting something new in the middle of an economic recession. I mean, who does that?
People thought I was at home baking or doing laundry or walking around in my bedroom shoes, but I wasn't. I was working 15 hours a day, just happened to be at my house.
Yeah, we had a $2 million note, zero revenue, a lot of equipment sitting around doing nothing.
And everything is yes, and yes we can, and yes we want to, and then you go, oh crap, now what?
So we provide, at our core, GPS tracking services. We work in niche markets like the marine industry.
One of the leading manufacturers of premium low-speed vehicles.
We're a tortilla manufacturing facility. We do corn and flour tortillas and tortilla chips. We're mostly in the food service industry. We sell to major broadline distributors. And we also do private label. So we private label for a lot of retailers.
Expert Shutter Services manufactures and installs hurricane and security shutters.
If you're barbecuing low and slow, you have a problem of maintaining the temperature in the grill, and our product does that for you.
Full service design construction company.
We're an award-winning craft brewery with one of the premier beer gardens in the world. Really what we are is just a bunch of beer heads and gearheads that like building amazing beers.
A high-quality medical device manufacturer and developer.
We manufacture rapidly deployable structures that can be taken apart and rebuilt multiple times.
Artemis Plastics is a contract manufacturer, so we do currently approximately 60% of our business is industrial products, and we do about 40% medical devices.
It's almost like Lego, where we can put different modules on the back and on top of the vehicle. Every one of our cars is built to the exact needs of the client.
We've added 2 new high-tech saws. These saws allow us to globally optimize our orders, and we've increased the efficiency of the saws from 92% up to 98% yield out of our materials.
We call ourselves IKEA meets construction. We're like a 21st century MASH unit.
You pick up the phone, you talk to the customer, you tell them you're sorry that they're having a problem, and then we try to fix it. The customer said, he couldn't fix my problem, but he's better than Google.
One of our technologies is a linear magnetic motion technology. It utilizes rare earth magnets and coils embedded into a track. Allows us to move pucks very accurately and very fast around the assembly cell.
We used to depend on the military to provide us a core part of our workforce. The military outsourced the majority of those positions. So the military no longer trains the mechanics in-house the way they used to, because with the contractors they tend to be parts changers. And so what we've seen is that we have this core group of very experienced individuals inside of our company that's also part of an aging population.
And at first our story was based on we're green, we're holistic, we reduce your carbon footprint. Turns out the military really didn't care. Our solution didn't change. What changed was how we told our story. So the military cared about reduction of logistics. And how do we solve logistical issues? By delivering units that are so well insulated and use so little energy that it actually needs a lot less fuel.
Our core IPA, we got hit with the cease and desist, and at the time it seemed like the end of the world. So we took our IPA and kind of just poked fun at it and owned it, and now it's called Intellectual Property Ale, or IPA for the acronym, and we have a federal trademark on it. That beer, through that though, we actually sell more of it. Our customer base loves the fact that we made the can look like a cease and desist letter.
I agreed to go to the state penitentiary and speak to a group of about 100 prisoners that were due to come out of prison a few months later. And I often start by telling the prisoners, it's an intimidating process to come through security to stand here in front of you. And I'm sure in a few months from now, when you step out and you have to go through my door and stand in front of my desk asking for a job, it's going to be just as intimidating. And I'm here to tell you, we're not much different. Within our company, we've had formerly incarcerated workers that now represent us in Asia, and they travel the world. They've been to Korea, South America, all over. And they often will call in saying, I can't believe 6 years ago I was behind bars, and look at me now. And I go, you've earned it.
I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for my wife. She She's not an entrepreneur. She went out on a limb for me, and she was the sole income for a long time. So it was hard, but we did it.
One of the projects that we're working on is at Tyndall Air Force Base, which was just demolished, pretty much the whole base, with Hurricane Michael just a few weeks ago. So that's drastically changed our landscape. It's affected our client, it's affected our project. A project that we were 95% complete with is no longer there. Now you have people that you have to place on other projects. You don't want to lose the people.
I mean, we had one customer, a healthcare provider, that just moved into a brand new building completely flooded. Completely flooded. We were on the phone with them through the whole process. We helped them reestablish their business under temporary quarters.
We delivered one of our units. It's currently in Panama City. It's being used by the first responders, and they've asked us to keep it there for a little bit longer. When Houston got hit by the hurricane, we did the same thing. So
helping the Caribbean to rebuild, and the products that we manufacture are critical for that construction to brace for the next hurricane, as well as the storms that have just hit the Carolinas and the Panhandle. They're going to be rebuilding, and we're going to be providing the products that they're going to need to get ready for the next storm.
You'll always have excuses why it's not the right time, because what will happen 2 years later if you don't do it, you're 2 years older.
More importantly than making mistakes is learning from the mistake and figuring out what to do next, and pivoting and moving. Because once you stop moving, you're done.
And when people always say, close, ask for the sale, ask for the help. It's okay. And especially in this community, people will help.
My name's out there and all on it, but it's more about making sure that everybody else is feeling comfortable, doing what they enjoy doing, and being a part of a team.
The most important thing about being in this position is working hard to be lucky, right? You have to work hard or the luck never comes.